Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kamarachi and believe it or not, 2022 is coming to an end. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all the tips that have helped me get prepared for the new year and in general, just to boost my productivity. So if that is the sort of video you're looking for, then continue watching. Now without further ado, let's get started.
Let me take a hand while we even turning up. You remember what the day is? Yeah.
So the first tip I have for you is having your to-do list where you can see it. The keywords there are where you can see it. Now, the problem that I have with using planners is that you can't really see it all the time because it's a
closed book.
I know it is something physical that you can hold, but I feel like stuff like post-it notes or even a planner that's displayed on your wall is more effective because you're going to be walking past it more and seeing it more. So this next one is to not time block. I do not recommend time blocking. It is an extremely rigid way to plan your day, and maybe you're a few minutes behind your schedule on time blocking. It's going to make you feel really stressed, and it's not good to stress because it may affect the quality of the work that you're doing, and that's not really good. It's better to have something flexible because, let's be honest, we're not all perfect and not everything is always going to go to plan. That's something that was like the really takeaway for me when I started doing time blocking, and I just felt like it wasn't really a good experience. I also feel like time blocking makes you feel a lot busier because you have a thing to do in every peaking moment of your time. So you need to plan. I don't just mean plan the homework that you need to do and when it's done, because you already know that. You don't want to be repeating things that you already know. What I mean is that, say you had a chapter to read for school in English and you had 7 days to read it. I want you to schedule out each day of how many pages you're going to read in order to finish it in time. Say if you knew that the chapter was from a more difficult book with an author who had more difficult language and it took you a longer time to understand, then maybe you would want to plan it out so you could read it twice in those 7 days. By doing this, I think it really helps take a lot of stress away because you know how much you need to do and it's not just a big overwhelming thing that needs to be done. So this next one is quantity over time. Now, the reason I really think this is important is because even though you could be doing 40 minutes of work straight, it doesn't actually mean that you're completing the amount of work that you need to do. But by planning over quantity, you know that you've completed that and then you can reward yourself with a break. That's why I personally don't use the Pomodoro method. I mean, if you're revising and there's no end goal of what you need to actually complete, then maybe that would be a good method. But in general,
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, so this next one is choose a specific workspace. What I mean by this is that I want you to choose a space that you know will always be dedicated to you doing your work. So for example, the reason that you don't really work as well when you're studying on your bed is because your bed is dedicated to you sleeping, and sleeping is more of a lazy task when you want to be productive while you're studying. So when you are choosing this, make sure that you consider all the options, like do you prefer working in a place with lots of people or only yourself, quiet or loud and public like a cafe, or more private like somewhere like your kitchen. So this final one is keep your brain active. What I mean by this is that during your breaks in studying, say it's a 5-minute break, you don't really want to do something like watching TV. First of all, because that is barely enough time for you to watch TV. And second of all, is because it's something that's going to make you get into a lazy mood. I know that when you're studying, it is important for you to have a break, but you still want your brain to be active and in that mode. So maybe in your break, you could do something like a puzzle or a word search and something that you know is first of all fun, but will keep your brain active. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that it has benefited you if you're a student like me to keep yourself organized in order to get ready for the new year. If you would like to see more content like this, then like and subscribe, and also stay tuned for my YouTube shorts where I show you my creative side. See you next time. Bye.